Hi, I'm Brendan. I'm here with Mike Riley, and today we're talking condos.
But condo financing does not scare us. Tell them more, Brendan.
Of course not. We do condos all the time, man. So condos are a little bit different than other properties because the condo association gets vetted by us. We don't have to vet neighborhoods or townhomes or anything else really, but the condo association does come under some scrutiny. We need to know things like maybe their budget, their insurance, and even have them fill out a questionnaire potentially. And there's even approved condo lists for each type of loan. For example, there's an approved FHA condo list, and there's an approved VA condo list. And with those, if they're not on the list, there isn't much wiggle room for if we can lend on a property there. Now, conventional is a different story. There is a list for conventional, and if they're not on the list, there are some workarounds that we can go with.
Absolutely. FHA and VA are pretty easy. They're either on the list or they're not. Sure, we can do some spot approvals here and there, but for the most part, it's whether they're on the list or not in most instances. Conventional, though, we really need to do a deep dive in. We need to get some information from the condo association to make sure that the project is approved. As Brendan said, on a single family house, we don't need to get the neighborhood approved. On a townhouse, we don't need to get the neighborhood or the HOA approved. But on the condo, the whole condo project can affect your buyer. So we do need to vet that. We need to look at things like other lawsuits. If the condo association is getting sued, then that could affect the financial well-being of the entire condo project. Would you want your buyer buying in a condo if there was a $10 million lawsuit against the condo association? So we need to know about things like pending litigation. We also need to know things like, does one entity or person own more than 10% of the units in a complex? If there's 300 units in a complex and one person owes 50 of them, that's a lot of eggs in one basket. If that person goes bankrupt or dies and quits paying the HOA dues, those HOA dues can skyrocket for those 50 units, which affects everybody else. We also look at things like the cash reserves at the condo association. If the roof is 25 years old, so we know there's going to need a new roof soon, but if there's only $3,000 in their reserve account, well, that could be a problem. Not always, but it's something that we need to look at. And we have liaisons at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that help us get these condo projects approved. We also look at master insurance policies to make sure that there's adequate insurance on the entire property. And a rare occasion, owner occupancy rates matter. You can call us for more details, but for the most part, the owner occupancy rates only matter on a condo if your buyer is an investor in that condo project. If your buyer is going to buy as a primary residence, then that does not really matter. So we see them all the time. There's a lot of moving parts in condos. A lot of realtors are afraid of condos. There's not much to be afraid about. Probably, even when we vet the condo on these conventional loans, I would say at least 9 times out of 10 minimum, we get the condo project approved, don't we?
That's right. And the number one question we get from you, the realtors, is what do we need to get in order to get this condo approved? And the answer is, in almost all cases, is that we need cooperation from the condo association. Too many times we've gone under contract on a condo and we don't get full cooperation, and it kind of delays the deal.
Right.
We do everything in our power to prevent that from happening, of course. But if we have full cooperation from the condo, they're responsive, they fill out the questionnaire in a timely manner, they're, really just those two things.
Right.
We'll make significant progress.
Yeah, not as much now, but in the past, there were times when we would get the contract on a Wednesday, try to get in touch with the condo association, right, to start getting this information from them, only to learn that it's a small association and they're only there on Tuesdays. So 6 days later, we are no closer to that closing than we were on day one, because we are only as good as the condo association is about answering our questions. So what would help us a lot is, hey, this person is at the condo association. I got this info from the listing agent, and here's the person that will answer all of your questions. It just helps the process go so much faster, doesn't it?
Tenfold.
So we find a lot of realtors are hesitant about condos or have trepidation for going into a condo deal. There's really no need to. We will do the hard work for you. You call us, we will vet the customer. I will talk to the listing agent. I will even call the condo association when you make the offer to make sure that I know the person's name who is going to cooperate with us. So we may need your help in some cases, but for the most part, just call us. We will do all the dirty work. We will get your condo deals closed. We look forward to doing that for you.